Welcome back to Fully Stoked Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Stokes. Cody is not with us because, well, I'm here with two more fabulous ladies. You probably know Jessica Bigger. She's one of my very best friends. Love her so much. And this is a new friend of mine, Sam Ferree.
Ferree.
I don't know why I can't say that.
It's
Sam
okay.
Ferree, yes. So Sam is the reason that we're here today. Jessica, my friend, just moved in here to this location, and this is Revive
Aesthetics and Wellness.
See her shirt.
Yes.
And they have 4 locations. Tell us about these locations.
So I'm mainly in our Matthews office. Our big office, our first office was Rockingham. Sammy Ammons is our owner. So it started in Rockingham, and then she opened Monroe, Troy, and then I was the last one to join in Matthews. So we have 4 locations kind of throughout this region, which is nice.
All right. And Sam has a fantastic personality, and she's kind of charismatic. So we were like, we've got to get this podcast with Sam. So she's just awesome. Now, Sammy will be coming later on, and we'll hopefully get a podcast with her. But she's really happy. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started on this podcast. As you know, I am a senior mortgage loan advisor with Coast to Coast Mortgage Lending, so I can help you with all of those needs. However, my favorite thing to do is to connect women and people, and that's what we're doing with this podcast today. So Jessica Bigger, like I said, is a good friend of mine. Jessica, I have known for about a year and a half, 2 years. Seems like forever there.
They all work out together.
Jessica is an esthetician. And tell us your journey on how you got to Revive.
So we have a mutual friend, Rayleigh, and there was a skincare conference this summer, and I was like, hey, Rayleigh, I want to go. It's always more fun when you can go with someone than go by yourself. And she's like, yeah, I'm going with my owner and a group of girls, Sam being one of them. And she's like, do you want to come? I'm like, well, if she's okay with taking a stranger to Columbia, let's go. She was okay with taking a stranger to Columbia, so that's how we connected. And when I knew that I was going to be moving, I just reached out to everyone I knew in the field, and that's when Sam told me that Monroe actually had a room available. And well, here we are.
Yes.
Monroe's home.
Yes.
So it's a Hilltop, if you know where that is in Monroe.
Right across from the new Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
Fun fact, literally at the bottom of 74 right here, there's a neighborhood.
That's right. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. Where I used to live. So.
It's growing out this way too, which is so nice. That's why we're so excited to have Jessica this episode. DoorDash was there was not many options before, so we're excited to have Chick-fil-A here.
So when Jessica moved about a month ago.
Month-ish ago, yeah.
Yeah. So when Jessica moved, we were all on board to help her, and her husband's amazing. I'm going to go take a tour of her space a little bit later. And she just spent a lot of time doing that, and we're excited for her. And so in case you just wanted to know, Jessica and I are we were a part of Local Ladies Network that started in Marshville. It's one of our networking groups with Amanda Evans Marsh. And then we were also a part of Union County Network of Women.
Yep.
It's a closed networking group, single seat. And then we started Unscripted. So Jessica and I and Marina Lilac, I believe that's how you say it. See, I'm not really great with names, but started Unscripted, and we actually have a big party tonight. She's not going to be able to come because she is doing
it's your party.
Yes, I have a holiday event tonight, so it just happened to be on the same day.
So that's how I know Jessica, and that's how I got connected with Sam. So without further ado, let's talk more about Sam. Sam is a nurse practitioner?
Yes, family. So I'm a family nurse practitioner, board certified. The ending of our NPs, it's just depending on what boards you take. So that's why I'm say board certified.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then she has a really cool story. You were telling me about it when you had just gotten out of school and you were a registered nurse.
Yes.
You went with a friend. Tell us about that.
So I've always kind of been around aesthetics. My family friends have always kind of dabbled into, injectables and things of that sort. So I went with a family friend to get her Botox done because I had just finished nursing school, and she's like, you really should get into this. And, it was kind of in the back of my mind. But at that point, I was a pediatric ICU nurse and just surviving my first year of nursing. So that was really... Yeah.
Wow, that's like a mouthful. That's
yes.
a lot.
It was a lot coming out of school, but I loved it. I am glad I did it that year. But shortly after that year, I went into labor and delivery. But when I went with that friend, she was getting her tox treatment, and I was just asking the injector, how did you get into this? It's something that I'm interested in the future, maybe not right now, but in the future. And she kind of laughed at me, and she told me, good luck. Everyone wants to be an injector. But it's hard and it probably won't work out for you, is essentially what she said. And I took that with a grain of salt, and I'm one of those people, if you tell me I can't do it, then I'm going to show you that I can. And so I kind of still put it on the back burner, was a labor and delivery nurse for a few years. My husband went to anesthesia school and we had our first child. So at that point, he was in grad school. So my kind of goals and dreams were kind of on the back burner while he focused on his. And then as soon as he finished anesthesia school, I told him I really wanted to take this seriously. So I worked at a plastic surgery office and decided to go into training, like go to a weekend course for injectables. And I got really fortunate. And at the weekend training, person that was actually putting on the training offered me a position with their office. Yeah, wow. It kind of fell into place for sure.
I told you she's charismatic. It's like that.
Yeah, it was amazing. So I worked for them for about 3 years and then slowly transitioned to Revive. But it's funny kind of how Revive fell into my lap too. It's similar to like Jessica's story, how it's just kind of who you know and the connections you have. I was in nurse practitioner school. And if anyone knows about nurse practitioner school, it is next to impossible to find clinical sites or your preceptors. Like that is the worst part of nursing or NP school. And I decided to use my platform on social media, made a story and said, please help. I will pay. I will travel. I will do anything you need me to do. I have one clinical site left. If anyone is willing to take me, like, please let me know. Sammy, our now owner, messaged me back and she's like, if you're willing to come to Rockingham, you can come be my student. So that's how we connected. Worked with her for my last clinical site. And then once I kind of finished my boards, I kind of put it in her ear that, you know, maybe we should have an office closer to the Charlotte area and maybe I should help with the Matthews office. So that's kind of how I ended up here at Revive. And I love it here.
So I hear, like, as businesswomen and entrepreneurs and, you know, a lot of people that are going to watch this are interested in becoming an entrepreneur,
right?
A woman in business. You have tenacity that you put it out on social media.
Yeah.
And you were just like, I hope somebody gets it, but you didn't stop. A lot of people would just kind of be like, oh, I don't know, I'll have to wait. And my children, I told you, I have 2 daughters and I get them 1 week. And then my ex-husband, their dad gets them another week. Well, he was in nurse practitioner school. Same thing. He had to go to Georgia.
Yeah. I went in Hickory and Rockingham were my 2 furthest places. But it was rough trying to find clinical sites. But
so if you're trying to find clinical sites and you're in school to be a nurse practitioner, put it out on social media.
Yeah, absolutely. Or connect with your friends. Like a lot of my clinical sites were from other people I knew, whether it be someone that followed me on social media, gave me a contact. Like that's how I found like 3 or 4 of my different social sites. Media? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I would just post it on my story like, hey, I need X in family medicine. I had to have a maternity, pediatric, family, and there was another like non-specific one. But each time I would kind of put it out there like, does anyone know anyone? Sometimes it would go nowhere and I would get, you know, response back. But a lot of times they would at least connect me. Even if they couldn't help me, they would send me somewhere that would.
And another thing I'm hearing is connection is really important. Yeah. If Jessica's friend Rayleigh, is that
yes.
And then Rayleigh was your friend too.
Yes.
That's how they got connected.
Yeah.
So use your contacts.
Absolutely.
Use your network. And again, I always say this, if you don't have a network, just contact one of us and we'll plug you in somewhere.
Yeah.
You know all kinds of people. You're doing an event tonight.
Yes.
And it's not like just a Revive event. Right?
No, we're having a bunch of different vendors. So the Matthews office is within a hair salon. So they have connections through that. And it's always important. I feel like people are intimidated or maybe they don't want to reach out to someone that does the same thing as them. Like I'm sure in the beginning when I didn't know any different, I was always like nervous to like make friends with someone that did the same thing as me.
Yeah.
But really that's how we grow. Like I've learned so much from her, from Rayleigh, from my other injector friends. Like there's so much out there and there's so many patients. I feel like there's plenty of people to go around. And so it's always nice to make connections and have that, you know, support system.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. That's a good point. And I think I've done the same thing. I love Letty. Letty does what I do. She's the one originator. And I think I texted her yesterday. Also, you know, I just like her. I just like to connect with her on occasion. Sometimes we'll call each other and be like, so what do you think? Would you take this? I mean, I don't know. This loan looks really, really hard, but it helps just to have somebody walk in.
Or someone that understands.
Yeah, 100%. When I was moving, there's clients that it's too far to come to Monroe. So I was like, if you're looking for someone, Rayleigh's who I let work on my face. That's when I treat myself. That's where I go.
Okay.
So my clients, they just couldn't. It didn't make sense for them. I'm like, how close is Albemarle to you? And I would send them to her because I want what's best for them. And if you can't get to come see me, she's amazing. I mean, go see her. Like, we can both win.
Even like on the support side, like when we're having like one of those off days or like, you know, especially with this transition, because, you know, I've transitioned too.
Meltdown.
So like we've gotten through it together because it's always hard. Something new is scary. You know, any little change is scary. Like my last move from the Revive Matthews to the new Revive Matthews is less than a mile, but it's still scary because you don't know what's going to happen. So it's like the fear of the unknown. So talking to each other has really been helpful.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I find just doing these podcasts, I'll meet women in the mountains or in the Charlotte area. And when I sit down and talk to them, I was like, I just love your energy. I just love being around her. Like, I've found a new person that I like.
Love it.
Just your energy is inspiring too. Connection is so important for humans. I mean, it's just so important.
The truth is, I feel like with what we do, and especially you, like my kids are older, but you have little kids. Most of my friends, with the exception of a handful, it's almost work related or met through networking, because when you own a business, you don't work 5 days a week. You don't work, it's all the time. There are no days off. Your days off are still somehow you're doing something for your business.
Right. It's always. Or it's on the back burner, or,
something.
you know, you're thinking about what you need to be doing.
Our social life, yes.
It intermingles 100%.
But we're still friends. So
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a lesson for you. Well, I want to hear about, so there's a few products that I have here, but also there's this really cool product you were telling me about.
Yes.
Yeah. And I want to understand it more. She told me, and I was like, you're going to have to explain that again. But first of all, so the things that you offer are
Box, VI peels, microneedling, skincare, IV hydration. A lot of times, if you don't know where you're going, we kind of have like a full consult, and then hormone replacement therapy. And then if there's something that I don't offer that Revive does, like in their other offices, I'm always happy to refer over. So like here at the Matthews or the Monroe office, we have Debbie. She's an incredible injector. She does our filler, our easy gel. That's what we were talking about. Okay. So all of those things. We have some new things coming. That's why Sammy's in Texas currently learning all the things to bring it back to our offices. So,
well, a little shout out to Sammy and the Revive group here. Apparently, it's growing so quickly. They're kind of special, so definitely check them out because they're doing something successfully in their business. But I wanted to hear about this gel. What is it called again?
Easy Gel.
All right, now listen to this. This is so bizarre. Apparently, it works. So
So I had it last December with Debbie. So you draw your blood, you spin it down, and you create it. It creates into a gel. There's a cooling system, a heating system, and you mix it together. And then that's what I actually had under my eyes last December with Debbie, just to help with hollowness, the discoloration.
This year,
Jessica has that on her wish list.
Yeah,
I mean, it's incredible. Yeah.
So they take your blood and they separate it, and then they take something away, but then the gel that's left over, they just re-inject it into your own body. So it's not like they're introducing anything extra.
Yep. Right. Correct.
Nice and holistic.
Yes.
It sounds holistic, but it's a little scary.
Spicy. When Debbie was like, I mean, some spots were a little spicy, but it was totally worth it. I mean,
beauty is paid.
Yeah, I would have done it. I will do it again. Really, you should do 2 sessions, but we did one and then we got busy and I haven't been back over here, but it's a really great procedure to have done.
Whole, like chemistry set up here. It looks like some type of
in a lab.
Like a office.
Yes. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yes. This is our IV infusion room at Monroe. So if someone comes in, or unless they're getting, something done with Jessica, they can obviously have it in her office with one of our nurses. But yeah.
So can you have an IV at the same time that you're doing a treatment? See, I think I would like that.
Yeah. That's really cool. For people, I'm the opposite. I would want to stretch it out and go to the IV lounge and read a book.
Yeah.
You are go 100 miles an hour.
Like I need in and out. So
you like doing both at once.
Yeah.
And then they also have like my favorite thing that I've done quite a few of. Sam has stabbed me.
Yes.
I forgot the name. The Triimmune shots, because it's cootie season and I work in people's faces, so it's super easy where you can just get a quick shot and it's glutathione, zinc, and vitamin C.
This is a shot. It's not an IV.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
a quick like in and out.
Second. So easy. So especially if you're traveling,
they have kids. The kids bring home all the germs.
If people want to check out your prices, do you have a website, an app?
So we have an app. It's nice, especially new patients that are coming to see Jessica or come to see any of us at any of the offices, and they automatically get $25 off their first visit. But on the app, it'll have all of the specials, if there are any deals going on, and then it will have pricing on there as well, which is nice. And it gives you a little bit of information on each of the procedures. And there's this new fun AI like chat bot. You can get on there and talk about like, hey, I'm having XYZ. What would you recommend? It's so neat. Yeah.
So when you can't sleep in the middle of the night, you can have your instant answers.
Yes.
So did you have your peel?
I'm in a little bit of a flaky stage now. We're under construction.
Looks so good.
Well, it's the joy of doing all the skincare.
I think I want to get whatever you got. Was that something that you gave her?
The VI pill.
I think I've heard of that. Was VI?
It's just their Vitality Institute is the branding name.
Chemical pill.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that'll help me with my wrinkles.
Helps with pigment, fine lines, texture, all the things.
Okay, I probably need to have that.
Yes.
And I can get $25 off?
Yep.
Yes, you can.
If you use the app.
Do you have is it a membership? Do you have a
So we also have memberships. So that's something you can also look on the app. There's 2 different memberships, a $99 and a $199. Both of them are just like a rolling monthly draft, but it's all for you to use. So it's not that, you pay $99, but you only have like an $80 credit. You get the full amount. You can use it for anything in the office, skincare, IVs, microneedle, like literally anything. It doesn't expire. It goes into your beauty bank. And then, like I said, so a lot of people will get one, especially our hormone patients will get one. And then by the time they see us for their next pellet placement, it's either free or, less than $100 by the time they see us.
Yeah, and you've got a lot of products out there.
Yeah. They have a wide variety.
Yeah, so you can definitely shop
Yes.
if you need to.
Yes.
All right, so I love what you said here. You said the heart behind your work. Sam puts it, I truly do this because I love what I do. So you don't want to like upsell or recommend, make a recommendation.
I have heard some stories from other patients, and I've really taken it to heart that they like went places and they felt like when they got up to the counter, they had no idea what they were paying and they were just like sticker shock. And I never want anyone to feel that way. So I'm very upfront before I do any treatment, go over pricing. If that's not within their budget, then let's find something that is. And I always tell people too, if there's a certain price point they want to stay at, let's look at bang for your buck. Like, should you get a series of 3 of this, or should you get one and be on consistent skincare? Like, I'm very much one in that, like, when I do a consult with someone, I kind of look at that and kind of make a full game plan based on their budget and their goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I came to Jessica primarily for facials and things like that, then I could come to you for injections. And would it go all into the same? So if I have a membership, I could just split my money in different ways, right?
Jessica's is still through a different system, but you would still, like, product wise, you would get discounts off products and then anything from injectables, IVs, things of that sort.
Things I do.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us about your personal life. Your roots are in
Stanley County. Yes. And I go back every 2 months. Rayleigh, our friend, is now in Stanley County in Albemarle. I go back every 2 months to see my people down there. Elizabeth owns Foundation Beauty. Me and her met at a pop-up. I was the first one to do talks on her, I think, at a pop-up 2 or 3 years ago. And we just connected. And so I go down to their office every 2 months to see my Stanley County people. Yeah.
And I met Elizabeth through Rayleigh, and we all went to this conference.
Yeah.
You just all make, it's just.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've been hearing about these people for a while now. And now I'm, laying eyes on. So when we were with the Unscripted at the
Nesca's
office. Yes, it's maybe 5 minutes from there. Like, the road that you're on, you literally can almost like go straight through.
Nesca's is this wonderful,
it's beautiful.
So beautiful.
These delicious, like they look like a peach.
Did you see the new teddy bear? There's a new teddy bear. I think it's either like a tiramisu. It's something chocolate. It's so cute.
Maybe I'll take the kids this weekend.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Yeah, they would love a good date.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now I know where you're at.
Yeah, right by there.
Okay, so upcoming events. Tell us about some upcoming events.
Yes. So mine's tonight. So this won't be posted before that, but mine is tonight for a holiday market. And then Jess's big one is in January.
We are having it's my 2-year anniversary / sip and see the new space. So January 30th, 6 to 8, I'll be here at Revive. There'll be an Eventbrite going out. It's free, but just this way we have a head count. And there's going to be some talk specials. There's going to be doing laser demos. We're going to have complimentary chair massage, food, mocktails, cocktails, and some other fun surprises. Did I forget anything?
They're just coming and learning about the space and learning about what we have to offer.
Like Sammy will be here, Sam will be here, Debbie will be here. I don't know how many of the other girls, because again, Troy is far, Rockham is far, but
Yeah, so come out and support your girl. If you have the Eventbrite, I can just put it in the summary.
Yeah.
And that way you can just find it just by going right there. And this will be posted on YouTube and Spotify, so you could check out the summary there. Social media. All right, so event-only specials. This is $25 off of HRT Labs.
That is for her event, probably. We'll do some specials that night,
So HRT is hormone replacement?
Yes.
So the labs, okay, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, especially at this office. So we can actually draw them that night of the event, which is nice.
So amazing, because I've been doing HRT for 2 years and I have to drive to Charlotte.
Yeah.
I have to drive to Charlotte down by Cotswold. I have to schedule the time. I have to drive up there, and then so to just have it done here and then be able to, it's so much easier.
Yes.
So much easier.
All right, so they can find out more details too at Revive.
.co is the website. Yep. And then on the website there should be a link for the app, and that's where you can find out about all the procedures.
And then are you on Instagram?
NC.
Also, so definitely. So she also does social media. She is
good. Yeah. I love social media.
So these are a couple of things to take away: your faith, your mindset, and your motivation. I love the motivation that you have. I think it's inspiring. I think everybody needs to be motivated by somebody saying,
I love that. When you said I couldn't do it, and
yeah,
I'm like,
I'm very much, I've always, even as like a little kid, my parents were like, anytime I told you you couldn't, you did. I'm like, yeah, well,
Prove it
got me
wrong.
somewhere.
are your kids like that too?
One of mine is very
Which one?
headstrong. If anyone has ever sat in my chair and followed me on social media, they know that my son, Conrad, he is strong-willed, and I'm learning every bit of what my parents went through with me because
But he's so cute.
he is so cute. So cute.
All right. So, what inspired Sammy? Because I'm going to have her on.
Yes.
Separately.
Yes. And she has a very interesting story. And it's very inspiring kind of where she's become and what she's made at Revive. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing and just totally separate, but like how young she is and when she's inspiring.
And the one thing I feel like that makes us, like Revive in general, kind of stand out is we are all so very different, have very different personalities from very different backgrounds. And yet when we come together, we really are, a great group to be around. But I feel like we have a person for everyone, which is nice.
That's different personalities.
We're not like a cookie cutter, Yeah,
that's awesome. I like that. So tell me about some of the lines that you have. I see you have, can I just say the words? Or
yes.
Yeah, Abaji.
Yep. We have Abaji, Hydrinity, a little bit of revision, Skin Better,
Epicurus, Plated, Sarcadia, and
CO2 lift.
CO2 lift. Yeah, CO2 lift.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, it's
Maybe I'll take a little, like some pictures of some things that you
Yeah.
have there. Yeah, that'll be good. All right, so they carry a lot of things, and you carry the same things at every office.
For the most part, or if we don't have it at like that office that you're specifically wanting, we can always ship. Or and our app also has, if we don't have something in office, it can ship directly to you, which is nice.
So easy, drop shipping.
Yeah.
If you could give me one piece of self-care advice, ladies, everyone should follow, every woman should follow, what would it be?
I like specifically self-care.
Well, no.
Related to skin.
Advice. How about
okay.
Whatever. You be thinking.
I'm thinking.
Just don't get in your head. Make sure that, like, that's my biggest thing. Everyone has their doubts. Everyone has their moments. And I feel like, you go through the waves of business or, in general, just like your life. Just don't ever give up because there are some, every time you think that it's, a low point, then something else comes and it's way better than before.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. Don't get in your head. And your network is important about
so special. Yeah.
Because when you do get in your head,
that's what we always text.
I was like, okay, I'm in my
yeah. She texted me and Rayleigh and we just gave her a little bit of talk. That's the nice part about having friends, even if it's not necessarily all in aesthetics, just in the service industry. Like my friend that does hair, like it's so nice because they understand it in a different way. I feel like, because that's very different from like my nursing background. Like my friends that are like my nursing friends, they just don't get it quite as much because it's a different type of job. So I feel like when I get in my head, it's easier to talk to people that have been in that service industry. Yeah.
Is it like when you were a nurse, you probably clock in, you clock out?
Yeah.
You have to do certain things to check it off.
Most of the time when you're out from the hospital or out from the office or whatever, you're not thinking about work. This is different. Like, I can literally be at the mall and see someone and be like, oh yeah, I need to text XYZ and tell her that XYZ came in or whatever it may be. Or, you get stopped out somewhere and they're like, hey, can you help me with this? Dropping a kid off at preschool. Hey, I saw that you do this. So it's always something. I feel like you never get to turn off the mindset of your job.
Yeah, you went in the grocery store. It was like, all of a sudden I was like, I have to kind of make sure I look,
Yeah.
I have a little RBF sometimes. So you're running through and I'm like, oh, the people actually know what you look like now.
Yeah.
Get yourself together.
Yeah.
So it's just thoughts, but I do, and I'm thinking.
Wow, I like your fingernails.
Thank you. I went yesterday and had my Christmas.
I know, aren't they so fun?
Red glass.
I got mine done yesterday.
Gotta have pretty nails when
festive.
You're not off the hook, so you have to tell us.
You can't pour from an empty cup. So whatever it is for you, whether it's my nighttime routine is like Zen for me. That's like my unwind, decompress.
We'll try to text Jessica after 8 o'clock. She's going to check on the group chat tomorrow morning. Like she's asleep. Don't ask anything important to Jessica after like it's 7:30.
So true. You can't pour from an empty cup. So whatever brings you joy and fills you up, whether you're an entrepreneur, mom, wife, whatever it is, you need that recharge, and you need it regularly. It can't just be a special occasion,
especially around the holidays. I feel like it's always hard being a mom and working and all that.
It's this magic.
Yeah.
So I will say I really like what Jessica and her husband do. They go out of town 1 weekend a month.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like that has been since I've known you. They're always somewhere, and
it's a priority.
want to do that.
Yeah.
I think that strengthens the marriage.
And I think it's different too. Like, we didn't do that when we had kids your age.
Yeah.
That's not an option.
Yeah.
But now that it is, and our kids are older, and I remember my mom telling me when I was young, like, your job is to raise your children. They leave one day. So if you don't work on that and keep that strong throughout, whether it used to be date night on the couch once we tucked them in to bed, that, you know, all of a sudden they leave and it's like there's a stranger in your house.
Yeah.
He's my best friend. But yours is too, because y'all were baby love story too.
We were. Yeah. We met, he was in college, but we both went to the same high school. And I think there's something special about that.
Yeah.
It'll be 10 years next year.
So cute.
Sweet.
Besties.
Sweet. Yeah. All right. One more thing. How do you stay motivated and create? Do you ever get burned out, and how do you avoid that?
Yes. I think I get motivated by others. So, like, I feel like when I'm down, I either text Jessica, Rayleigh, whoever, and be like, all right, I need a pep talk. I need to either make social media. I need to,
No, that's
like,
never my answer.
yeah, that's what I'm.
Never social media.
Well, Rayleigh. I'll text Rayleigh.
Really.
You know what I mean? Like, it'll be one of those things where you get like a pep talk from somebody else and you're like, okay.
Love continuing education. And especially when you get to do it in person is different. Like, when
and
you
with
go,
people.
But yes, like when we went to the Skin Summit,
So
like
fun.
you come out and you are literally on fire. That's the best part.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to share with the listeners before we wrap it up, ladies?
No, thank you so much for having me.
Come see us.
Yeah.
Come out and see Revive Aesthetics
And wellness.
and Wellness in Monroe,
Yep.
Rockingham, Hughes, and Troy.
Yeah.
Remember
Yes,
all
we did. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Love you.
Until next time.